All right. Welcome back. Um, when the two of you return, um, Dolos, you find yourself back at full health. Um,
Wonderful.
the rest of you guys don't know this is happening to you, but Mavathor and Dolos, when you guys sort of come back, you're all currently under the effects of uh, a dark blessing from Asmodeus, and you all currently have +4 to attack rolls and saving throws.
Hey.
Um, Mavathor, out of the corner of your eye, uh, one of the one of the market stalls that was nearby when this event took place. During the celebrations, uh, in the markets, there were all kinds of different stalls, and one of the ones nearby, the platform where Ulder was giving his speech when Zariel appeared, was like a pop-up armory tent, and you can see some like weapons and things scattered around on the stones just to the south of you, and kind of propped up on its side is this plain looking brass shield. But it has the holy symbol of Asmodeus on it.
Okay. Yeah. Can you point that out on the map where that would be?
Yeah, it's like resting against this barrel here.
Okay. Yeah, he'll step on over and reaction pick it up.
Uh, as you pick it up, um, you can, it's more kind of like this was left here for you as a gift from your god to replace the shield that you'd lost. I'm gonna just kind of make this up on the spot a little bit, but uh, we can kind of fine tune it maybe a little later. But we'll say that the effects of this shield will give you the aura of protection with a 25-foot radius.
Oh
So
wow.
a paladin's aura of protection. Um, it'll it'll also give you a pool of 20 lay on hands. Uh, to keep your tools in good shape.
Hmm.
And it will maybe give you uh 3 uses of divine smite per day, which can be channeled through your spiritual weapon. And maybe put that in writing for now, and
That's what I'm doing right now.
I'll try and create a like kind of like Crayley's Bell. I'll try and make a magic item card for you before next week.
Okay. And does the Aura of Protection scale with my charisma or my wisdom?
I suppose it will scale with for your wisdom with you.
That is really, really, really good. All right.
You know, I've developed a philosophy over time when DMing to just give your players cool shit sometimes. You know,
Mhm.
like you. Every campaign is a new one, and I don't know. Some of the campaigns I've been in, I don't know. I've been doing that, trying to do that more often. It's just like why. That's what we're here for. The cool magical stuff.
Yeah.
But sorry, go ahead.
All right. Well, I'm keeping up with the themes of blessings. He is going to cast Bless on Krayley, Sylvie, and Dolos.
Rayleigh, Sylvie, and Delos. Okay, you cast Bless.
And that'll be it for now.
Okay. Crayley.
Hey, Krayley is baffled by the brief darkness we all experienced, but is going to go ahead and sing that while the Force is gone, go ahead and loose a magic arrow at Gorgoth
Nice.
with the bow. Oh, let me do that. Being checked here. Good.
20 is a hit.
Okay. When it hits, gonna go ahead and use one of his arcane shots to make it a grasping arrow. So let me go ahead and trigger that here.
Nice.
Okay. So as when it hits, it automatically takes 2d6 poison, which I will go ahead and roll additionally there.
Okay.
And then on their turn, if they attempt to move more than 1 foot without teleporting, they will take additional slashing damage. Or as an action, they can use an athletics check to try and get rid of the brambles.
Okay. Anything else?
So that was my first attack for that action.
Oh,
so I just want to do
yeah.
second attack.
Level 5.
Yes. Do that. And I forgot to mention that for the fire damage, I used my bonus action at the beginning to pronounce Kando to activate that bow.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So I forgot to do that.
The dark blessing you're currently under the effects of will make your 16 hit.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
So 19. That. You just rolled the exact damage on both shots.
I guess so.
21 more damage.
Cool.
Cool.
That'll be my turn.
All right. Ulder and Vorn, you see them dashing off into you see them like leap over line of like flames, and there's like pillars of smoke coming up, and you see them kind of like disappear through these pillars of black smoke that are billowing up all throughout the city currently. There's another the sounds of the horns are going more frequently, and they're just going repeatedly. The ground's rumbling a bit more now, and you can hear the massive rattling of the chains off in the distance, kind of in tandem with the horns, sort of creating this just like symphony of war-like sounds going on. Sylvie, you're up.
Sylvie is going to use her eye for detail feat to see if she can spot Lulu.
Ah.
Aw.
You can hear there's a lot of screaming, shouting, yelling going on throughout the streets of the city currently still, as it's like still just barely moments before the transportation of El Terrell down here into Avernus, and but then you hear like this piercing scream of a woman coming from kind of much closer to you all, out of this house over here on the map, and then you can see like through the darkness of the interior, this golden glow flying around past the windows.
Okay.
In the golden glow, through like the shifting of it, you can see like the shadows of devilish looking creatures also kind of moving as the little golden glow flies around past the windows, and you can see them like chasing and dodging and stuff.
Oh, oh god, okay. What direction was that at?
It's over in this direction here. And
Okay.
actually, I guess this is as good a time as any. Give me a sec here. Out of the facade of the building is kind of on fire there, and there's like it's almost like someone's kicking at the door from inside the home, and so there's like a crack on the door, which is kind of on fire, and then there's a pause, and then another one, and then like the boards go flying out, and this woman runs out into the flaming streets with two infants under either of her arms, and coming out behind her is three bearded devils chasing her out, and then like the window up on the second floor shatters, and Lulu zips down, and she says, "Not on my watch!" And she like flies down, and you see her like here, give me a sec. Let me actually move her over there and set these guys on the map. So she busts out of the window here. As these three bearded devils bust out of the house, chasing a woman with two children under either arm. She kind of screams as she runs out into the streets, trying to flee from the devils, and Lulu busts out the window and comes down behind Why can't I click on her? Oh, maybe I put her on the map layer. Yeah. And she says, "Not on my watch," and she shoots out a cone of sparkles as her little trumpet blares, and all these like rays of sparkle shoot out of her nose at the three demons, and they got to make con saves. Or devils, sorry. Which they all pass, but they'll still take half damage, I think. And her little cone kind of like envelops them all in this golden shower. Sorry, and they take some radiant damage. And you spot her with your eye for detail.
Okay.
But I also add these devils to the turn order now as well.
Okay, I'm gonna shoot at one of them. Gonna shoot with one of my +1 arrows. Go ahead and shoot at the one that's closest to the lady.
Oh yeah,
the kids.
I'll mark them all for everyone.
Oh, nice.
Woo! You see Lulu spill out of the house with these three devils, and this innocent citizen fleeing, and you shoot an arrow with your short bow, striking the first one. I think because you got a critical, you get your sneak dice.
Awesome.
I don't know if that's... Even if it's not true, it happens anyways. And anything else?
No, I think that I'll end my turn there.
You turn and fire your bow. The woman ducks, and your arrow just goes like right over her head into the chest of the devil as they kind of spill out into the courtyard here. The pit fiend turns his attention over towards Silvira, and he tries to bite her. Does she have... she's got to have shield. Nope. So she takes 21 piercing damage and makes a con save, which she fails. So she becomes poisoned and takes 22 poison as well.
I don't know if it matters, but she is in my aura of protection.
Does that add to her AC as well?
No, but it would add to her save.
Oh, her
Or
save.
con.
She rolled an 11. So what's your wisdom?
It'd be +4.
+4. So not quite good enough for her.
Yeah. Darn.
And 22 poison. Gargoth says, I can't let any of you escape. And he goes and then claws Silvira. She just like barely dodges out of the way. She kind of like puts her hand up and tries to like protect herself. She discharges a with her reaction. A can't remember what it's called. Hellish Rebuke. And does some fire damage to the pit fiend. And then he sort of conjures a mace out of thin air into his hand. He kind of like reaches up into the air and plucks something out of the air and then brings down this large mace down at her, hitting her for 11 bludgeoning and 30 fire, which is halved.
Oh.
And then finally he whips his tail around at her, hitting her for 28 bludgeoning damage. And she has 2 HP left.
Oof.
God.
Dolos?
Dolos is so happy that he is not so viral right now.
Me too.
Dolos is going to Dolos is going to cast Healing Word at 3rd level on Silvira. Even though it didn't do a whole lot, he's gonna try and help her.
Sure.
And I'm pretty sure that's a bonus action. So, as his actual action, he's just gonna take out his rapier and attack. Oh wait, I'm not under the fragmentation anymore, right?
No.
Okay, yeah, he's gonna take out his rapier and attack.
You drive your rapier into Gargoth for 10 piercing damage.
And then Dolos is going to run away.
You're going to receive an opportunity attack here. You feel as you
Can he? It's okay.
Try to run. He comes down with his large mace with a bit of speed. 20 to hit.
Yeah, that hit.
You take 14 bludgeoning and 23 fire damage. 31 total.
Okay.
So Elvira holds out her hands in front of her and blasts out a cone of cold at Gargoth. I think she's going to upcast to 8th level. Gargoth will make a con save here. This rush of cold spreads out, extinguishing some of the flames, like forward and in front of her past Gargoth, as things are licking, kind of leaving this sheen of frost that rapidly begins melting, leaving little pools of water in the cracks of the stones. 34, 44, 47, halved.
Did he succeed his saving throw?
He failed, but he has damage cold resistance.
Okay,
Yeah.
Just wondering.
Name.
Which I didn't necessarily know offhand, but unfortunately, when I looked at his character sheet, it said that. So, Mavathor.
Okay.
Silvira, I guess maybe at the end of her turn, she, as like a object interaction, she throws the tuning fork at you, Mavathor. She says, if I don't make it, and you guys find yourselves ever return to the material plane, take my spellbook to Candlekeep for me. And it's your turn.
Okay. Oh god, I have here is particularly great at the moment. Yeah, he will go ahead and upcast Healing Word on Silvira. So she heals for 7.
Man, healing is really underwhelming sometimes. I gotta do something about. I gotta do something about that. I gotta homebrew some healing rules. It's so pathetic. It's disappointing. Like I don't know. I might spitball some homebrew healing rules here. Heal for 7. Okay.
And yeah, I guess this is an action. He'll cast Sacred Flame on Gorgoth. So DC 15 Dex save.
Which he fails. No vulnerabilities. He'll take the full damage though.
It's worth it.
I forgot to reset the turn order at the top of the round, so actually one of these bearded devils catches up to the commoner. He swings his glaive in a wide arc, and she sort of tumbles to the stones. As she falls, she kind of like turns and protects the 2 children in her arms, and she lays there kind of tilted to one side, motionless. The babies are still crying, but she doesn't seem to be moving. And it kind of steps over her and comes towards you, Sylvie. It's spiny tendrils that are kind of hanging from its chin, all kind of strike out at you as he gets close into you and kind of puts his face in your face, grinning, kind of like baring his teeth.
The cloak of displacement on, if that makes a difference.
Well, he rolled a natural 1, so
Okay.
the as he steps over the woman, she kind of reaches out her arm and grabs his ankle, and he stumbles and falls flat prone. And then Mavathor went, Krayley, you're up again.
So, does the woman... Does she look dead? Or does she looks like she's still breathing?
It's hard to tell. You can make an insight check. Perception check?
Yes.
Medicine check?
I will go up and I'll just do the first one, perception check. So do that. Oh shoot.
She coughs out a bit of blood and she says, "Save my babies."
So question about one of my abilities here. The Thunderstep ability. It says I can take one willing creature that's able to carry up to its weight. This sounds weird asking, but are the babies willing creatures, or are they things she could just carry up to her weight?
Yes, and 5 babies equal 1 willing creature.
5 babies. Okay. And she's got 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You can get up to
I
5.
think what
You can get up to 5 babies, 2 toddlers,
2 toddlers. Okay. In case I run into this again.
1 prepubescent child.
Okay.
Yeah. Just in case you need to know for later, you know?
Maybe.
Yeah. It could come up.
Now, would the perception check on her be considered like my bonus action, or I just want to clarify?
No, it's just it's okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would like to go ahead and use my last potion of healing on her.
Okay.
That's my bonus action.
Yeah, sure. 2d4 plus 2 probably. You guys actually with your money you might have been buying stronger ones. Just make sure that when you use consumables that you remove it from your character sheet. So you can roll, I think either way for her HP it doesn't matter. You can roll whatever. It's going to heal her to full. Yeah.
Okay. And then as my action, I'm going to say, trust me, hold on, and grab onto her and hope that she's willing, and then use Thunderstep to travel up to 90 feet.
Yeah, where do you want to go? Where do you want to land?
To the west, up to 90 feet, which I think is right about here.
In a thunderous boom, you leave a little bit of a superhero impact in the ground as you teleport away. That devil needs to make a con save, right?
Yeah, yes. DC 13 con save. Trying to get this to go here.
Okay.
Sorry, Northern Sharpshooter.
Yeah, just a 17 thunder.
Yes.
Okay, yep, they fail, and in this thunderous boom, you leave like a small crater in the crumbled stone, and the devil is kind of like blown away into the tent, and kind of remains, kind of like flops over, motionless.
I would like to tell her, run as fast as you can to the west, run to the high halls. They're planning to take shelter.
She puts her hand on your cheek, kind of like tucks her little baby, and she puts her hand on your cheek. She says, "Thank you, thank you," and she like hops over the pillar of a little line of fire with the smoke billowing out, and she kind of like disappears into the city.
Cool. That'll be my turn.
The other 2 devils turn their attention towards the rest of you. Seeing you slayed one of their companions. It rushes you, Sylvie, and swings its glaive at you for a 15 to hit. I don't know if that's good enough for you.
I think so. I think mine is a 17.
And then it's tendril.
Yeah,
the ten.
it's a 17.
Okay, and then the tendrils of its beard try to kind of dice you up as well. That one is a 20 to hit, so you take 10 piercing, and I need you to make a Constitution save for me. There's a kind of a lower one, DC 12. Okay, you are currently poisoned. You cannot regain hit points while you are poisoned from the little cuts of the beard, but you can make the con save at the end of your turns to cure yourself of it. The other one...
Damage, right?
What's that?
You said
10
it was 20 damage.
10 damage, 10 damage.
Okay.
Yeah, 10 damage.
Good thing I checked.
The other devil comes and will make an attack with its glaive, rolling a 17 to hit, so they match. I need you to make another con save. Same DC 12. Okay, you are not bleeding, so you're just poisoned, but you do take another 9 slashing damage, and he misses with his beard. And it is your turn.
Actually, you might want to roll the bless for the first save to see if you might save, actually.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, you could do that.
Is it a 1d4?
D4 for the bless, because you also have just a natural +4 from the dark blessing of Asmodeus. So that's a 10, so you could roll a 2. Yeah, there you go. You're not poisoned.
Okay.
But it is your turn.
Right. Well, I'm going to take out both of my daggers and just start slicing at these guys. I'm going to use Thing with my offhand as my bonus action on the guy in front of me. And then I will use my +1 dagger with my main hand.
Ooh, nice. Fang kind of gets pushed away with the glaive, and then as he's like moving your offhand away, you jab in with your other dagger, just driving it like right into his devilish heart. You can roll your sneak damage if you like on that natural 20. Double it, so whatever. Double.
Nice.
Roll twice.
22.
Twice?
Yeah. 16, 18, 27 total damage. That was for the green, right? Green guy?
Green guy.
Cool. You sink your dagger all the way in. You kind of twist it as you pull it out. There's like a spout of blood out of his chest. And the pit fiend reaches down and puts its hand on Silvira's shoulder, and then with like the twisted remaining half of his maw clamps down on her neck and rips, and there's this just like spray of blood that kind of like falls to the stone, and he then like places his hand on the top of her head, and he twists it, and kind of holding onto one of her horns, he just rips her head off, and it's like dripping on the stone, and the lower half of her body kind of falls and crumples, and he like hucks it into the this like what would have been like this river, this little stream passing through the city is just like open abyss down below you, so he just like hucks it, hit her head down into the abyss below you. It falls, plunks into the river Styx 500 feet below the city. That's tethered to the Avernus floor. So that's his bite attack. Then he kind of tramples over her body. We'll call your shield a +2 as well. A +2.
He will take 2d6 slashing.
Oh yeah,
for
go ahead and roll it.
Okay. Oop, where did I put that menu? Here we go. Okay.
Gargoth takes a step towards you, Mavathor, and he attempts to claw at you. 23 to hit.
That's right on the money.
He slashes across your face with his open hand. He says, "We could have made a great team, Mavathor." And then he kind of brings his mace around and kind of tries to whack you upside the head. A 26 to hit. You take 14 from the first claw attack, 16 bludgeoning from the mace, and 7 fire. 14 halved. And then he whacks you with his tail, 19 to hit, which pings off your new shield, kind of rings as the tip of his sharp tail slashes against it.
Okay.
And Lulu floats down, kind of whirling around. She comes up in behind these two devils. She says, "Sorry, I got lost, Sylvie, but I'm here now." And you're kind of bathed in her tiny golden luminescence as she tusks the demon, the devil that you pierced with your dagger. She kind of drives her little tusks into his back, and then Dolos, you're up.
Oh, okay. He almost ate his own words and died in one hit. So he is going to try and do something else. It is a bonus action to drink a potion, correct?
Yes.
Okay. He's gonna drink one of the mysterious potions he got.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Heyo. All right, give me a
good
sec.
effect. He won't have to turn into an inanimate object this time.
Yeah, roll a d20.
You got it.
I love random magical potions. All right. You drink one of these random magical potions, and you kind of like feel this sharp pain in your gut. And then you become a swirling cloud of daggers. You just instantaneously transform, and you still like maintain your like conscience. Like you're you, but you can like it's this odd feeling. You're this just whirling cloud of blades now, and you can move into any creature's space and do 44 slashing damage. You don't even have to make attack rolls.
Okay, then yeah, then Dulles is gonna move into he's gonna move to occupy Goldaster's space.
Okay, cool. Yeah. You move into Gargas space. This swirling cloud of blades kind of like just twists past you, Mavathor, and they all start sticking. These blades like stick from this cloud all over into Mavathor's body. Roll your damage.
Okay.
We'll call it 44 plus 4,
I don't-
because why not? Uh, 13 damage. You swirl Mavathor in a magical cloud of blades for 13. Cool. This will be... You can concentrate on this for up to 1 minute.
Okay.
And
And
attacks against you currently have disadvantage.
yeah, then I think those will just stay there.
Okay, cool. Silvira has been cast into the infernal abyss. That devil's dead. Mavathor, you're up.
All right. Yeah. All right. He has an idea. So using one of his charges of the amulet, he is going to cast Bestow Curse on Pit Fiend, causing him to have disadvantage on his save. So he needs to make a Wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
DC 15.
21.
Yep. Well, he passes. All right.
I can't cast spells.
You know what? No, it's an 11 because of reasons. So
Okay.
he fails.
All right. And he is going to do a special curse, and he's going to make Gorgath's teeth rot out of his mouth.
Ooh, nice. There's like a clattering sound as a large fang kind of like drops out onto the stones, and then all the rest of his teeth fall out of his mouth, clattering on the stones of the city. He kind of like licks his lips, kind of flaps of his gums are like hanging off one side, and blood's dripping off his tongue, and he gets this furious look in his eyes as you rot his teeth away.
And I don't really have much in the way of bonus actions. So yeah, that'll be his turn.
What's a clever use of that spell? Krayley, you're up.
Can Krayley see past the cloud of whirling daggers, or does
You-
that?
You can
Obscure
see. No, you can see Gargith.
Okay.
Yeah.
Could I see 2 and 3, or?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Okay. Then, Krayley will actually go ahead and do his first action, making 2 attacks on number 3. So, do that, and I'm still using the magical arrows that I have left. Ooh, not a very good roll there.
Well, it's +4 from Dark Blessing, and you can roll 1d4 for Bless as well.
I think I got those added in there, unfortunately.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Uh,
I think I rolled horribly.
let's see, 9, 10, 15 total. Let's see. 15 hits.
Okay.
22 damage. On your first arrow, it shoots across the field, passing through Dolos's swirling cloud of blades, and strikes the devil, which falls, drops to the ground. It's
For that second arrow, then I'll just go ahead and aim for 2.
yeah.
There we go.
29 is good. 21, 22, 23 damage. With your second shot following up, you fire another arrow. It just like sticks into the devil's neck. It just like pierces all the way through. So now he looks like he's like one of those like magic arrow things that you can get on Halloween or whatever.
That'll be my turn.
The devil with the arrow sticking out of his neck, will make 2 attacks against you over there, Sylvie.
My cloak of displacement back to functioning, or is that next turn?
What does it say after you get hit? It takes a round to reactivate.
Yeah, it says if you take damage, the property ceases to function until the start of your next turn.
So they would not be reactivated until you go on this round. Yeah.
Okay.
So you take a. They swing their glaive at you, and it misses. He kind of like reaches his hand up to his neck and yanks out the arrow, and then the beard tries to tickle you. 12 misses as well, and then it's your turn. Your displacement is back.
Okay. I'm gonna follow Dolus's suit and take one of the mystery potions.
Oh yeah. Roll a d20.
Okay.
You feel like a heightened sensation run through your body, and everything around you you become like hyper aware of. Like you can hear like every sound. You can see, like, it seems like everything around you is kind of slowed down, so you can even just like see the little ashes like floating down in slow motion, and all of your attacks have advantage until the end of combat.
Ooh.
Awesome. And I'm gonna stab the guy in front of Lulu.
Yeah, go for it. Let's see, a third critical strike in a row.
There you go.
So with your offhand, you just cut across quickly with everything kind of moving around you in slow motion. You just do one sharp slash across the demon's throat, and he topples beside his 2 companions. And you have another attack still.
I'm gonna go over to Gorga and then try and do the same thing.
Yeah, go for it. 22 is going to hit still. 8 plus 7 because Mavathor and Dolus are there, so 10, 15 more damage to Gargoth. Who... I guess he's probably going to stick with Mavathor. He tries to claw you, Mavathor. 22 to hit, which I think you're 23 AC now. His claws kind of rake against the front of your shield. He goes to try and whack you with the mace. It just clangs off. There's like this clang as the air all kind of like rings around as he just like with all his force tries to smash your shield, and there's like sparks that fly as it like rakes across, and then he kind of tries to whack you with his tail. He does roll a 23 to hit, and you get kind of swiped with this great force of his tail that he whips around for 29 bludgeoning damage.
Oof. Yeah, Mavathor is really not looking too good.
Lulu kind of buzzes over. She will you know what? She'll kind of land right in between the two of you, and she says, We've had enough of you, vile devil! And she blows her horn again. There's this, like, thunderous blast, a noise that you could not comprehend could come out of such a small creature as she blasts through her trumpet. Gargoth makes a saving throw. Con save. And passes, unfortunately. But he will still take half damage. From...
There's no way that I could cast Sylvie Bugs as his thing, right?
As a... Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Oh, well, he would just need to just re-roll it.
You have all your normal function. Con save, reroll.
And that advantage goes to Napathor.
Okay, cool. And that causes Gargoth to fail his save. So Gargoth will take the full damage here. As Lulu blasts a thunderous roar out of her trunk. All the, like, barrels and crates and some of the weapons that were all stacked up in that tent on the other side of Gargoth get, like, blasted into the hole, and it all falls down into the abyss as Gargoth takes a blast from Lulu's horn. The force of it kind of, like, blows his wings back, and she gives this, like, final toot out of her trumpet, a little trumpet nose, and it sends Gargoth tumbling as well down into the abyss, falling the 500 feet into the river Styx below.
Oh, dang.
And that concludes your first combat in Avernus. The city still is in a bad state, to say the least. You can hear still the chains rattling as every so often the dark companion above sends another blue arc of lightning off somewhere into the city. There is another horn sound. And this one's sort of coming from, like, below, almost directly below. You guys could actually, from this vantage point, look down, actually, in the gap where Gargoth fell. And if you did, you would see that far below El Terrell, it is like one large rift, 20 times the size of the abyssal portal that you guys encountered on your way to El Terrell has opened far below the city. And out of it are spilling hordes of demons. You see along the banks of the river Styx below El Terrell, as you peer down, well-ordered troops of devils stand in formations as these demons are spilling out of the river Styx below you. And as this horn is sounding below, the two groups clash in a fray. Devils and demons engaging in the eternal conflict of the Blood Wars, just 500 feet below you, right before your very eyes. And you see walking, not walking, but as those two groups meet, the demons coming up out of the river through the abyssal portal that's ripped open. As they meet the devils, you see there in the middle of it all Zariel with her flail in one hand, her giant mace in the other, just cleaving at swaths of demons with her devilish army below you. And that is where we will end the session this week.